Family, good morning, man. What's popping, man? We in the cook up, baby. We doing our thing. We had to start this one off a little different, man. You know what I'm saying? We got a little surprise for y'all coming up. So, they say today y'all off of work, no school, go vote. And whether you at the polls or on the poll, you know what I'm saying? I want you tapping in with us. So do your thing and let's get this thing cracking, baby.
Hey, they wrote me off, I ain't write them back. Nah. Follow me, but don't double tap. I ain't liking that. You subscribe, I monetize. Now who's striking that? Wanna see the contract? Who got the rights to that? This my story. I spent my whole life on life. Shador Sanders with the rollie and the armor. I could do this shit with my eyes closed. The main attraction don't come at me with no side show. I'm selling high, they wanna buy low.
Family, how y'all liking that one? How y'all liking that one, man? That's something new we got and put in the works. You know what I'm saying? We cooked it up, me and my boy Brian Burns, man. So Cody is surprised he ain't see it yet. This is first time y'all seeing it, man. How you feeling about that one, Cody?
Dope. Love it. Clean. I love the Shadur cameo up in there. I like that. Little chop.
Yeah, that was.
You got one player up in there. Had to be Shadur. I like that. Right there.
Yeah, got to, baby. Got to. That's it, man. Hope y'all feeling good today, man. Good old week 9 was in the books. Everybody off, most people off work, kids at school, you chilling, man. Hopefully cooking breakfast in the kitchen and you're going, step in our kitchen for a little bit. But yeah, man, let's get straight to it, Cody. Week 9, man. Well, first, let's see how you feeling, brother. How you feeling this morning? Let's not get too far in the deep in the rough, should I say. What's up with you?
We're feeling good, dog. Feeling good. I mean, we talk about every single week. The weeks are getting by. We're now officially 3 weeks till Halloween. 3 weeks. Look at that.
I'm gonna say agreeing with you.
3 weeks till Thanksgiving. That's really when the wall hits. That's really when you got to be knowing who's who. I think the one thing, Fizz, as I was going through making notes and stuff pre-show, and this morning, I think the tweet I ripped was there's 11 teams right now in the NFL with 6 or more wins. There's 11 teams in the NFL with 6 or more losses. 4 of the teams that are in between there, so that's 22 of 32, and the other 4 that are not in either of those boats is the entire NFC West, and their combined record 17-17. Teams like the Bengals and the Jets are literally just a couple games out of the playoffs right now on the AFC side. And both the AFC West and NFC North have 3 playoff teams. I think we're really starting to see some separation here. For the majority of the league. And like we saw, we'll talk about like Denver here in a minute for a minute. But like Denver, it was like we were wondering, what is really Denver going to be? Like we think they're maybe a year and a half away. It's pretty clear they're at least a year and a half away. They're not competing with the big dogs this year. It was a good week of football. There was some very bad football, but I think we learned a lot this week. So I'm ready to talk about all of it with you.
Nah, no doubt, man. You're right. We starting to reach that point where the separation is like we know who's real and who's not, right? But we also got the NFC North and the NFC West. So that there's no separation at all in that division or those 2 divisions whatsoever. But we get into that point, man. Playoffs talk for fantasy and almost NFL time. Like you said, it's almost Halloween. I mean, Thanksgiving. No pun intended, brother. But yeah, man, once we get to the turkey day, we already know, like, all right, it's crunch time. You know what I'm saying? Yep. It's almost like Thanksgiving is, I mean, that's a little deeper into the schedule, but Thanksgiving is almost like all-star break when the NBA. The NBA, that's when we start taking the game serious because for the whole 3 months, 4 months before that, man, they playing around. They sitting out. They ain't doing nothing. But all-star break is when the wheels start turning, and probably Thanksgiving time for us football fans, that's when it start getting, for real. So
that's the it's like right there, like week 13, that Thanksgiving, everyone comes together for Thanksgiving, and then as soon as you get out of it, your fantasy playoffs is right there, week 14, bang. And then it's like 14, 15, 16, 17, which, whatever your league builds around, it's like now fantasy season. Yeah. The NFL season is just in the books by then. So we're in the sprint right now. It's kind of the way I look at it. You're in the sprint to get to the playoffs, and then then the winter's going to hit. Majority of the country is going to get snow. I'm no longer going to get snow. You're going to get snow, but I'm not.
Yeah. You might get a little bit, man. We seen some flurries down in Carolina a couple times, man. They went crazy.
I'm gonna get my leaf blower. I'm gonna blow that shit right back up.
And they went crazy too for that little bit of snow they got, man. I got family in North Carolina, but yeah, man, it's almost that time, man. But it is that time for us, man. So we get straight into it, bro. Week 9. We can keep it a little brief, but Texans and the Jets, bro. What you saw, what you like, what you didn't like. The Jets got a win that they needed more than anything in the world. Garrett Wilson is leaving Adidas and going to Nike apparently with his catch, and Devontae Adams got his first touchdown. So how we feeling about the Jets moving forward, man? We think they got a shot or what?
I mean, straight up though, like I think the big thing here, and Adams got hurt in this game, and I wasn't sure if he's going to come back. I don't know if they win this game if he doesn't come back. They are 2 games out of the playoffs right now, out of the 7 seed, which surprised me when I saw that this morning. The Bengals are 1 game out; they're 2 games out, as I said a minute ago. It was cool to see this offense like click. Like Rodgers isn't OG Rodgers. He's a tick off. For a multitude of things, including his pocket presence is there, but his mobility, you can tell, is hinting a bit. Maybe his best game to date as part of the Jets. Both Adams and Wilson connecting greatly. Wilson catches 9 out of 10, Adams 7 out of 11. Both score, both have 90 yards. Like this is what this thing is supposed to look like. And the game wasn't far behind. We obviously saw Breece Hall average 5 yards per carry. I think they'd like to include him a little bit more, but that was a tough game against a tough Houston team. That's a little banged up, obviously. We saw Tank sick a little bit, but it was good to see the Jets. Hassan Reddick played for the first time this week. The team, I was about to say he reeled off 8 sacks. He didn't reel off 8 sacks. The team.
Yeah, the team. I'm about to say, hold up, man. I missed that IDP now. I need them points.
The team reeled off 8 sacks in his presence, which in the first 8 games of the year, they had 23. In this game specifically, they had 33% of that output in just this game. So if this defensive line is going to play like this, even with guys being banged up, Jermaine Johnson, of course, gone for the year. Will McDonald was hurt in this game.
Yeah.
I don't know what's going to happen with the McDonald thing, but it looked kind of like a back or like a something weird. But he ended up coming back and playing in that game. And he's obviously the sack leader in the NFL, or at least he was coming into the week. But this defense looks not much, but it looks improved with him on the edge. So I like the Jets right now, but Houston, I don't know. The Stroud stuff, I'd love to hear what you think about Stroud, because the Stroud stuff is getting it's getting just a touch of worry there with CJ Stroud right now. I understand there's no Nico and now there's no Diggs. And I think Nico's a big player in this. He's got a great connection with him, but I don't know if this, Dell had 6 catches out of 11 completions in this game. He had 126 of 191 passing yards. I don't know. I'm a little nervous. The running game looks fantastic with Mixon, but I'm a little nervous with Stroud right now.
Well, my biggest thing with Stroud is, man, I know how we pumped him up and now we kind of deflating him down, right? But my biggest thing is we know about these rookies and new players coming into the game. It always look good till they get tape on you. They sit back for a whole off-season game planning against you, and now let's really see what you can do, right? Missing Nico to me is the biggest key, though. I get it that he still is, the 3rd overall pick, and he's the guy that we believe in last year. But you put Aaron Rodgers out there without Garrett Wilson, he won't look like Aaron Rodgers. You know what I'm saying? So if you got CJ Stroud out there without Nico and without Diggs, and Tank there, who really hasn't been doing much lately, man. I don't know. I think he just need a little bit of help. And I think Nico clearly is his guy, and he's really, really missing him. The crazy part about the team is, though, they went in a division. So it's like, take your lumps now while you can. You know what I'm saying? If I'm CJ, I'm looking at it like, well, I'm not playing good, but the team is helping me out. So once we get to that Thanksgiving time, we get this ball rolling, man. It's really time to lock in, because Joe Mixon, who we all wrote off, I mean, hey, I believe that the Cincinnati Bengals regret that one, man. I know Chase Brown is a dog. I get it. But Joe Mixon is a dog, man. And he's showing that, hey, y'all wrote me off, man. I ain't write him back. So Joe Mixon is the key to this offense right now, hands down, until Nico comes back. And I think CJ is okay as long as they can get through games. And once he gets his arsenal back, I think he's a young guy, man. I never doubted CJ coming into the season, so I ain't gonna doubt him now, especially when they're 6-3, I believe, or something like that. So yeah, man, I'm not worried about CJ as much as I'm worried about a lot of other guys in a sense. So I'm cool with CJ right now, man. I want to see what he do in crunch time though. Right now we 6-3. It's cool. I can get by. But when they get down in the trenches, that's when I want to see CJ step up. So I'm cool with CJ. But I see we got the chat, man. We ain't hollered the chat this morning, Cody. So I want to holler at the good people, man. You know, we got Mighty in here, man. He asked us a good question. So I'm gonna get up with you real soon on your question, Playboy. Just let me do my roll call right quick, man. Jake is in the building. He said Mingo go to Dallas, so that's a big win for the Panthers. Damn, Jake. Okay. So
honestly, first time the Panthers won a trade in 2 years now.
So we won a trade. We lost a trade by just getting the guy, right? Damn. That ain't a good feeling.
The problem is, I mean, yeah, your Cowboys, you can't give up a 4th round pick for this kid. For Mingo, you can't. I mean, Mingo was overdrafted to begin with. He was a 2nd round pick.
Yeah.
You can't give up a 4th round pick for Mingo from what we've seen from Mingo to this point. Like
I'm with you.
They give up, I think it was Mingo in a 7th. It was the Mingo in a 7th, and then Carolina got the 2025 4th round pick back, and Dallas's 4th round pick is going to be in the early half of the 4th.
Yeah.
So, you know, you're looking at a top 125 pick, top 120 pick right now. You can't do that.
Especially when you got Deontay Johnson and these other guys going for 5th rounders and all this. Like, that's crazy, bro.
You got to know Dallas is just grasping at straws here. This is not good here. Carolina got one finally.
Nah, they definitely pulled one on us, man. So shout out to them boys, man. My boy Gooner in the building, man. What's up, bro? Maddie B in the building. Pops, man, we gonna get to you, man. You know, your boys doing their thing, Playboy. I got you, man. Mr. Voorhees in the building. Look, even South Harmon's in the building, right? Oh, no, nah, that was me. That was me. And Shizzles, what's up, bro? What's up? Sugar's in the building, man. I don't know if you had your coffee, man. I don't know if you use creaming or what you got going on, Sugar, but do your thing, Playboy. We ain't mad. We gonna definitely address this Khalil Herbert thing. And me and Cody spoke earlier before the show, man, and hopefully we can get some breaking news trades while we live, right? Seem like every week we got something breaking around here. So we had a couple of trades this morning, and hopefully we can get one while we live. So let's hurry up and run through these games and, you know, get the people what they need, Cody. So I guess next up, man, Miami and the Bills, bro. That was a hell of a game, back-to-back shootout. No Amari Cooper this week, but I mean, Keon Coleman, man, he had a touchdown that got taken out of his pocket and then intercepted. Josh Allen stepped up. Tua looked solid. Overall, man, solid AFC East game. Just came down to who won the game. Somebody had to win. But overall, man, both sides of the ball look good. Devon Achane right now is balling out of his mind. And I believe, if I'm not mistaken, he's the leading receiver on his team in reception. So that's a stat that I heard on Sunday. And yeah, man, look like Achane right now, bro, is balling. So Tyreek, you know, he had a semi game. Waddle did absolutely nothing until he had a big play late and got the touchdown. He faked us out with an ankle injury. So what you thought about Miami finally looking okay and then Buffalo, you know, closing out the game?
Well, Waddle is completely untrustable. I've been banging this drum for like 6 weeks, maybe 7 weeks. Even, you know, with Tua, without Tua, it doesn't matter. I'm not sure what the deal is, if he's in some type of like Brandon Ayuk doghouse or what. But he didn't catch that touchdown until there was 1:38 left on the clock.
Yeah.
He was a complete goose egg for the majority of this game. He catches that touchdown. So his real stat line yesterday or on Sunday was one catch, 19 yards and a touchdown. And then the thing that really got me pissed, and I already had some, like, I don't have disdain for him, but I had disdain for his results so far this year, is we had this Tua Tagovailoa passing yards over. It was 248.5, right? And they go to overtime, whatever, bang, bang, bang. He gets up to 255. I don't know if you remember this, but that damn backwards run from
Oh, he
Waddle,
lost yards.
minus 23 in the receiving factor. So he ended up with minus 4 yards, but also Tua went under instead of over. He had the over, and all like Waddle just straight up ran one of the dumbest plays, like ran straight backwards. So anyway, thought that was interesting. I do think Tyreek is okay. Tyreek, I was talking to Maddie, and Maddie's like, man, I'm a little worried about Tyreek. And I said, I mean, this guy's literally never had a 100-yard game against the Bills ever.
I literally said that morning. I said, from what I was hearing, I think this statistically, Miami has their worst games against Buffalo. Like every game, no matter what.
Tua is now 1-8 in his career against Buffalo. The only game that I think Josh Allen has lost 1 or 2 against Miami, and they're both in Miami. He's undefeated at home against Miami. 3 of the last 4 games, though, including this one, 3 of the last 4 have been field goal games in Buffalo. The other one was a blowout. I think it was like 41-10 or something like this. But the line in this game was like 6.5. I did take Miami to cover. They ended up covering. Wasn't sure about that one as the day went on. Miami, I think Miami's like fine. I think they're fine, but do you trust them? I mean, the schedule the next month is, we talk about getting ready for Thanksgiving. Like, they really needed Fizz. We talked about the Cardinal game last week, the Colts game the week before that. So they lose the Cardinals by 1, the Bills by 3, the Colts by 6. They needed at least 1, if not 2 of those
100%,
games.
100%.
They lost all 3. They're now 2-6 instead of 4-5, or God forbid they win all 3 of them, and all of a sudden you're a 5-win team. Like, now they got the Rams, Raiders, and Patriots, and I'm not sure they can beat the Rams in Los Angeles. I'm not sure they can even beat the Patriots. They beat them by 5 the last time in New England, but I don't know. So this team might be done. They got the Packers, Jets, Texans, Niners, Browns, Jets to finish the season out. I don't think they can split that gauntlet in the final 6 games. So I think we can all but wrap up Miami for the rest of the season.
Oh yeah, bro. With that schedule, and from what I'm seeing, 6-win season at best is what I'm looking at for the Miami Dolphins, bro. I mean, Tua's missed the majority of the first half of the season. We know that. The rhythm just hasn't been there. Like you said, Waddle is just fading away, man, every chance he's gotten. And seemed like this run game isn't as good as we thought it would be. But Achane, that's probably why he has so many receptions. It's just because the run game isn't as efficient as it was. Raheem Mostert, of course, last year led the league in touchdowns. That isn't happening. So, yeah, man, Miami, man, 6-win season at best for me, bro. They pretty much are what we thought the Jets, I thought the Jets would be. Like, I thought the Jets was going to win 6 games at the max because they just aren't that good of a team to me. But look like Miami is taking that route, and maybe the Jets could surpass them, man. The way, we believe in Adams and, Garrett and Rodgers. So, yeah, I think Miami, bro, top 10 pick is loading, top 11 at the best. So, yeah, man, ain't looking good for those boys, man, right now in Miami. But at least they got sunny weather, right? That's something to look forward to when you're a losing team. At least when you lose, you can hit the beach. It ain't a bad look.
I'm gonna be honest with you. One thing, if I was Miami right now, like Tyreek is obviously ankled at like retiring in the next couple of years. You look at the way this team is built. You look at what Jonnu's looked like to this point this year. Odell caught a couple passes today. I'm not saying Odell's good. I keep saying today for some reason, but Sunday. Who's someone that you honestly could probably get some value out of is probably like Mostert or Waddle. I'm not sure what that. I mean, the NFL conversation. I know fantasy people are, well, I don't want to look at Waddle, but Waddle still has a lot of respect in the NFL. And I still think
Pittsburgh looking for a guy.
Yeah, I think you could be looking like at a Waddle and a Mostert. Mostert's been efficient when he's been playing. It seems like a guy that's just right there on the edge of the earth as far as his NFL perspective goes. And you see, like, I mean, Dallas is paying up for Jonathan Mingo. Like, I'd be, hey, like, I've been on the, like, somebody needs to call Dallas about Roshan, try to sell him Roshan, try to sell him Herbert, try to sell them Miles Sanders, try to sell them who's our guy down in Houston? Damian Pierce. Like, sell Dallas somebody in that backfield. They need somebody. And Mostert, you could add Mostert to that list too. I don't know why you wouldn't. And the Jalen Waddle one, I don't even know what his contract looks like. If I pulled it up right now,
it was a little bit more than Devonta Smith. I know that. So
he's in. Oh, he just got his extension in.
over the summer. Yep.
Yeah, this summer. So,
and you know, Pittsburgh don't really pay their receivers much, so it might not be a good move for them. You know how they are with their But I don't know, man. Miami look pretty cooked though, brother. To say the least. No pink Dolphins out there in Miami right now.
What about your Commanders, dude? Send them up to the command. Send Waddle to the Commanders.
Hey, listen, that'd be dangerous. I think everybody be trading for Waddle if that happened, bro. I'm not gonna lie to you. To me though, I think the Commanders need a T. Higgins, bro. I want to see them get a big receiver. I know Terry's gonna ball, man. I want to see them get a 6'3", 6'4" type guy, man, to just go over the top and put one hand up and just boom. You know what I'm saying? Like,
no, Brown don't do it for you.
No, he can catch Hail Marys. He can catch Hail Marys though. But yeah, I'm good on Noah Brown, man, for the Commanders. But I mean, speaking of the Commanders, bro, we can breeze through this game. They won the Giants. I read a stat. Daniel Jones scored a touchdown and had 0 yards passing. It's almost like the Waddle thing. He had a touchdown with 0 yards passing. So I'm guessing it was all the yards he was trying to catch up from losing on previous plays. But that was his first touchdown drive, I believe they said, or passing touchdown drive in like 600 something days. So in like 2 years, this man hadn't thrown a touchdown on the first drive of the season in like 2 years. So Daniel Jones, man, he did okay, I guess. The Commanders, which I knew this would be one of those games, division games, trap games, if you want to call it. I knew it wasn't going to be easy. They weren't going to just smack him in the mouth and roll him over, but they did what they supposed to do. Terry McLaurin looks like Terry McLaurin. And yeah, man, the Commanders keep on rolling, bro. I ain't really got too much to say, but I know my hometown want to hear me speak on them, so I showed them a little bit of love, man, this morning. What's your thoughts on that before we move on?
I mean, the Giants play teams tough. It's been weird. Like, they haven't exactly been good.
They like a top 5 defensive fantasy or something right now, bro. Their defense is cooking.
They're playing. I mean, they're playing good. You look at the majority of the games, they haven't gotten, like, you expect the Giants to just kind of get dusted. They're 2-7. They got dusted by Minnesota and Philly, and everybody else, they've pretty much been in the game until the end, and they've played tough. The Commander game, it felt like, I think we took this one. I think the number, golly, was it? It might have been 5.5. I can't remember what the number was in this one, but I thought it was in the bag. It was like 24-10, and I thought it was in the bag. And then the Giants scored a couple times in the fourth quarter, and I was just completely tilted. But
yeah,
the Giants continue to play tough, which you love to see. Kind of feels like the Florida Gator situation of the college realm, where the Florida Gators playing everybody tough, got a good defense. You know the coach is going to get fired. The quarterback sucks. The situation's pretty clear cut what it is. But they're just going to play out the season.
Yeah. Nah, I mean, the Giants, man, they are a lot better than what we thought. They're very competitive. Whether they win the games or lose them, they're still going to make you play that game. You know what I'm saying? So they're doing what they're supposed to do. Commanders are still rolling. Their bye week is late, so that could be a good thing. They haven't suffered a lot of injury. That's the one thing about this team. A lot of other teams are suffering major injuries, and the Commanders haven't so far. So as long as that keep going and they staying healthy, man, they're gonna keep winning these games. So that bye week gonna come right in handy right before the playoff time. So kudos to them for having a late one and not needing it early in the season. Cowboys and Falcons, man. Let's get to the put the needle in the haystack and get that done, brother. So Atlanta 27, Cowboys 21. Dak Prescott, hamstring injury. CeeDee Lamb AC joint injury. I mean, I really thought this was going to be a shootout game. I thought both teams were going to go out there and, probably score the most points in the week. When you look at Tampa Bay, every time they played Atlanta, it was a shootout, even with the top receivers on the team. So I kind of expected a lot more on offense, but this game just got to just like, all right, bro, let's just finish it and get it over with. Drake London got hurt after he did a handstand on his helmet. Kyle Pitts got like...
hurt after that?
Yeah, because he caught the ball and fell on his hip, but he did his celebration and then he never came back in the game. So he got hurt before the celebration, but I don't think it hit him. I think the adrenaline must have still been flowing because once he got to this,
he didn't get hurt from doing that handstand.
No. He got hurt when he caught the ball and fell, and then he did the handstand anyway. And then I guess he realized, like, damn, hold on, that when I try to
process the timing of events there.
Yeah, he caught the ball and fell on his hip, did the handstand and celebrated, and then I guess when he realized, like, hold up, this I probably shouldn't have did all that extra stuff because my hip ain't really clicking right now. So Drake London, scored a touchdown. Bijan looked solid. Kyle Pitts had one catch. It just looked like a game, bro. It didn't look like nothing fantastic from either side of the ball. It just looked like football, and let's just move on to the next game type of game. You know what I'm saying? So Dallas looked like they're done. They said, I guess, Dak going to IR today. I think they say CD is week to week, but if I'm CD and I got a sore shoulder, I'm good, right? So they play Philly this week. Probably going to lose that game. Let's just hope Cooper Rush doesn't get inspiration and try to win some games, brother. Let's just lose these games and close out strong. So, what's your take on the game, man, and his Cowboys roster and what's going on right now, bro?
Is this a potential belt to ass situation here in Dallas?
Well, it's a burnt toast and coffee time, brother. It's time to wake up and smell the coffee and get these dudes out of here, man. So it's a dream come true to me, man. It's time to close out strong, keep losing, get McCarthy, and he breaking the iPad on the side. Let's just get him out of here, man. It's time for a breath of fresh air in this stadium, bro.
The problem is you might get belt ass this weekend in primetime, 425 kick game of the week, and then you got Monday Night Football against the in-state Houston Texans on Monday night. That's going to be another potential belt ass.
Can't never get the Diggs brothers to play each other, man. I was waiting for that game too.
So remember last week the Scheffler account got me.
Yeah, they did.
Schefter account got it right. I was like,
you're right. You was right though.
One of the few times the Fugues account gets you. My only thoughts from this game: Ferguson got right. He got his 10 target game. Yeah. 3 of those came from Cooper Rush, 7 from Dak. So I'll be interested to see if that continues with Ferg. See if we get some value there. Finally, we got the Rico Dowdle 100-yard game with a touchdown. Even though it's Atlanta's a tougher defense for running backs to get going against. Did you know that so in fantasy as a QB1, RB1, tight end 1, everything is a top 12 player at the position, right? Mooney, London, Pitts, Bijan, and Kirk Cousins are all QB1, RB1, wide receiver 1, tight end 1s this season. So
Nah, that I didn't know that on the top of my head, but you saying it refreshes me. Like, yeah, I could see that though. I could see that because every week they putting up 40 points a week.
Mooney has been maybe.
Now the Mooney one kind of surprised me, but he been balling though.
Mooney's potentially, like, at this point, you could say, and the thing is, not a lot of people were drafting him at the time. You could say Mooney is maybe the best pick of the year.
You could say that
in fantasy football. Like I know he's had some like odd games, but like he's had the worst game was like week 6 and week 4. He finished outside the top 30. Those were his 2 games outside of week 1. So, but he's been pretty consistent across the board this year. He's like right there, wide receiver 11, 12.
And he getting the targets too, though. He's definitely getting the targets. And even Ray McLeod scored this week. So that lets you know how much Kirk is throwing the ball, bro. Kirk is throwing that ball, man. Kirk letting it loose. But as far as the rest of the season and the future going for the Cowboys, Cody, before we move on from these bums, what's your thoughts, bro? What you think we're gonna do? How we gonna finish out and the next step? I know you brought up Bill Belichick is probably the answer, but what you think we got going on realistically and the rest of the season and going forward?
I really don't know, because making a play for Mingo is a weird play. Giving it before, isn't it wild that, like, I think contractually it makes sense. Deontay Johnson, they literally just got rid of Deontay Johnson for a 5th round pick.
Yeah.
Trade pick swap. Baltimore sent a 5th round pick to Carolina for Johnson and a 6th. And then this one today was Mingo and a 7th for the 4th. Like, monetarily, it makes sense that Mingo could potentially garner you more because his contract is zilch compared to Deontay. But from the Cowboy perspective, why would you go out and spend a 4th round pick on a wide receiver when, like, we've seen Tolbert, Jalen Brooks, like these? I mean, he's not better than Jalen Tolbert.
Yeah,
He's maybe better than Jalen Brooks right now.
Yeah,
and
man.
I don't know. And my answer to you, and you're saying the rest of season, future, I'm getting there, but like, I'm trying to wrap my head around where they visualize themselves on the season right now.
Yeah.
Like they're 3-5, but if you look at like the division's like they're not winning the division. Period. One of the Commanders or the Philadelphia Eagles or both are going to win 12 games.
I mean, the Cowboys can win out and still not win the division.
Bingo.
Like they can win the rest of their games, and the Commanders and Philly would still have a better record. So I'm with you.
Yeah, and they're not going to do that. And then to make the playoffs right now, all 3 of the wild card teams are 6-win teams right now.
Yeah, I mean the NFC North alone is gonna be trouble for them to try to fit in that wild card spot. So
it's like they're pretty clearly not going to make the playoffs, but it feels like Jerry is maybe he's entering his like senile stage. We've already seen the radio stuff. He's like actually like we know he's been crazy the last couple of years, but now he's maybe like actually getting a little senile and maybe a little controlling. And I don't quite know. But as far as like what I really think that's going to happen here and what should happen is, like you said, like they put Dak on IR for 4 weeks, so he's going to miss the Eagles game, Houston, Washington, and the Giants. Cooper Rush, if he looks like Cooper Rush of old, he could potentially pull out something out of his hat against the Giants. But even that's on Thanksgiving. Who knows?
Yeah,
the win against the Giants. So that means they go 1-3 the next. That means they're 4-8. Then you got the Bengals at home. Joey B, looking right now.
But that 4-game stretch you just mentioned, bro, that's a big stretch. Just like 2 division games. You got the Texans. I mean, to lose, if Dak was playing and we were healthy, we would have to win 3 of those games to even try to be competitive in the NFC. I don't see us winning 1, let alone, trying to compete at all. So to get Mingo, to go back to what you're saying, to get Mingo and try to, I guess, patch things up with Cooper Rush as your quarterback, bro. I know Cooper Rush did his thing back when Dak got hurt, but remember, we had a running game then. Zeke was putting up 70, 80 yards a game and a touchdown. Like, we was winning from being less efficient in the air and running the ball. Right now, we don't have any running game. Rico Dotto is just scrambling for his life but making plays out of it. And, yeah, bro, I don't understand the Mingo thing whatsoever. They could have got Mingo in the offseason for probably a 7th round swap. I'm not sure the urgency to make that trade whatsoever, bro. So.
Makes no sense
at all.
And then when Dak does potentially come back, it opens up technically with the Bengals, Panthers, and Tampa. I think Tampa will be back with Evans by then. Carolina, who knows? You go into Carolina in December, who really cares at that point? That game might be competing for a top 5 pick at that point.
Yeah.
It's tough to see Dallas leaving the season. Who did we just talk about with 6 wins? Miami. It's tough to see Dallas winning 6 games.
Yeah, I mean, and we talking about Miami winning 6 games with a full arsenal of a roster. Yeah. How can the Cowboys win 6 with that?
I'm not coming back this year. If I'm Dak, I'm not coming back.
Yeah.
If I'm Micah Parsons, I'm not coming back. If I'm Diggs, I'm faking an injury. If I'm Bland, I'm faking an injury.
If I'm CD, I'm sitting out.
Packing it up.
Yeah. I'm with you.
Fuck that. Fuck all that, dude.
I'm with you, bro. I'm with you. That's what my dream, man. My dreams are coming true, man. It's finally here. Let's just lose. Ain't no point of stressing to win.
Top 5, top 7 pick.
Tank for Ted, baby.
And then let McCarthy walk and bring Belichick in. And
I'm with you.
Make this thing dance. That'd be my play.
I'm with you, bro. I'm with you. There's a lot of teams, man, that we've seen over the last couple of years that were great rosters. They just had a bad season and they capitalized on them with, good draft pick selections. I mean, when you look at the 49ers, you look at the Eagles, you look at all these teams that had great rosters, they just had bad records that, for whatever reason, lost a quarterback. Then boom, they took off a couple years after that because they snuck in and got those early picks. So I mean, we could pull a Houston. Look at the Houston Texans. We thought they was going to be trash for the next 3 years, and in one season, they playoff teams. You know what I'm saying? I mean, and we're a playoff team, but right now we're not a playoff environment. That's what we aren't.
Yeah.
The roster, I don't mind the roster. We just aren't a playoff environment, and we need to change the culture, man. So I ain't mad at this at all, bro.
2 teams already in the NFC from last year. Obviously, Washington with Jaden Daniels, they were 4-13 this year, already got 7 wins. The Cardinals technically were worse than Washington last year. They were 4-13, same record, but the tiebreaker belonged to Washington. Arizona now has 5 wins as well, so they're improved on that. And Arizona looks like a team that could potentially push for 10 this coming season. Like there's always, every single year, there's teams like you just talked about that take that step towards. 2 years ago was the Rams.
You remember the Bengals? The Bengals did it. The Bengals had
They've done it twice, right? They did it with Burrow, and then they did it in.
They got Burrow, and then had a solid team. He got hurt. They cheated and got chased. I mean, they you know what I'm saying? The Bengals did it, bro. I mean, Atlanta picked the number 8 3 years in a row, and we look at their roster now, and we know they're not going to pick number 8 this year. Probably going forward. So,
yeah,
that's all you need, man. We know how to draft. I don't knock my team when it comes to draft day. So, yeah, man, we just need to change the environment, bro. It ain't the roster to me; it's the environment. So I see teams like the Commanders winning with less, and the environment is just working. So it's all good, man. You know, we spent enough time with them bums, man. But you know, I guess the people want to laugh, and I'm sure they giggling and enjoying it. Go ahead, brother.
Them are your bums, brother.
Oh, I ain't mad, bro. I've been waiting for this day, man. I've been saying you can't, like, when you get cheap wins, you get blinded by that little success, and you never fix the problem. That's why I always say it's okay to embrace the losses, because when you go 8-8 or 8-9, 9-8, you think that you're still one piece away when really you got a lot more to fix. You just so blinded by winning 8 or 9 games. So when you go out there and get smacked in the face and win 5 or 4, now it's time to really change some things. So I embrace when it's time like this to make change, to lose games. So I ain't mad at all, brother. I guess we tap into 1 or 2 more games, man, before we get into the meat and potatoes of the show. And the Rams in Seattle, man, that was a big game. Division game. Geno was inaccurate, throwing the ball everywhere. I mean, it's one of those interceptions came off JSN hands. Puka punched somebody in the head. He got ejected.
That was just bullshit, too.
It was. It was so early in the game, though, bro. It was like, damn, bro. This could have happened later, man. It happened so early. I was like, I think Seattle might sneak this one out. But, I mean, if you look at this game, bro, for it to be this is the type of game we want for a division game, right? I mean, you had Cooper Kupp, look like Cooper Kupp. Matt Stafford going back and forth. JSN took off this week, right? The game that we've been waiting for when DK Metcalf misses a week. We didn't get that last week. This week, the real JSN stood up and showed out. So this is pay-per-view type of football right here, man, when it comes to these two teams. And even without Puka, the Rams pulled out the win in overtime. And it was a hell of a game, man. I was waiting for it because Geno, I think, threw 3 picks. And I was like, damn, bro, are they going to replace him? Is he going to get benched? But he was fighting, man. And he fought his way through that game, and they ended up losing, unfortunately. But what was your take on both sides of the field, man, and the Rams ultimately winning this game?
Interesting. Seattle, I thought, kind of shit the bed here. It felt like the whole second half. I'm grilling outside and I'm watching this game. I got the TV. I brought the TV out, set it up, and it felt like the whole second half. I turn around and it's like Geno steps back, boom, launches it. I turn back around, flip a patty, turn back around, Geno launches it. It felt like it felt like he. I don't know what the stats are. Somebody could probably tell me. I could probably look it up if I wasn't, talking. It felt like Geno had like 700 air yards. It felt like Jackson Smith and Jigba had like 300 air yards, like legit, like no hyperbole, like realistically 300, maybe 350 air yards in this game. And they just kept pushing and kept pushing and kept pushing. This game felt obviously winnable for for Seattle, who tied it up at the end of the game and then went to overtime. And like, I felt like they had this thing. It felt like they had their hands all over this game for the majority. So 3 picks from Geno. It's tough to win games when you turn the ball over. Puka obviously leaves early. Seattle fights and fights and fights. I think, or did I say Seattle? Los Angeles fights and fights and fights.
Yeah.
And makes it a game. And this is kind of what we know the Rams to be. And you look at the stats on defense, and I'm just going to walk through all the sacks, right? Kobe Turner, second-year guy, in the conversation for defensive rookie of the year last year, gets a sack. Byron Young in the same conversation with Kobe Turner last year, gets a sack. Brandon Fisk, 2 sacks, rookie out of Florida State. Jared Verse, 1 sack, rookie out of Florida State. These guys are young, and they're learning how to win with guys like Stafford and Kupp, who have been there for so long. And they've somehow got this defense completely turned over and playing at a high level. And like Demarcus Robinson has the game-winning touchdown, and Demarcus Robinson has 2 touchdowns. It goes for almost $1. Like, this is such a well-oiled system, and the Rams allowing the Rams, and I know I talked about the Rams, last week or whatever when they played the Vikings, but allowing the Rams to get back into the playoff conversation should scare the hell out of the entire NFL.
NFC for sure.
NFC has probably a better take than NFL. I probably misspoke there. This should scare the hell out of the entire NFC because there's truly no like dominant horse, I would say, in the NFC. Obviously, you have technically, I guess, Detroit.
Detroit.
That's a dominant horse.
Yeah,
I misspoke again. Two misspeaks in the same.
I'm with you though. I'm with you.
It should scare the hell out of the NFC, and Detroit is the Kansas City of the NFC. But 100%. Outside of that, like, I think the Rams can compete with everybody. They proved it. They beat the Vikings already. They proved that they can compete. They're also just a half game technically outside of the NFC West lead with Arizona.
And we don't even believe in Arizona. So
head up, like, Arizona beat the snot out of them in Arizona back in week 2, but this is a different football team than it was back then. They play in week 17. They play Seattle again in week 18. Everything's in front of the Rams right now. They've won 3 games in a row coming out of the bye after close 1-score losses to the Bears and Packers. This Ram team should scare the hell out of everybody.
Yeah.
Everybody.
And just imagine 2 years ago, bro, we thought they was going to have a top 3, top 4 pick, and they made the playoffs last year, right? Now coming into this season, no Aaron Donald. We thinking, this defense going to be pretty trash, and they're going to be this, that. Like you just said, they all young and all balling. And my biggest thing with the Rams, everybody know, man, I'm a Sean McVay fanatic, man. I love this dude. I love the environment that he places around him. But Cody, every year they lose their coaching staff. Every single year, the defensive coordinator, the whole staff, receiver coach, no matter who it is, half the league right now is head coaching from the Rams staff. Like, that's just like the stuff that they put out to the league. And no matter how many people they lose, man, they always competitive in this game. And I love the Rams, bro, and what they do, man. Especially, it seems like the culture in the locker room. Matt Stafford, no matter how many times they talk about trading them or getting rid of them, he still come up. He ain't holding out. He ain't crying. And his wife has some stuff to say over the offseason, but you never heard it from him. Puka just coming into the league, took the lead by storm. Cooper Kupp. I mean, this team, bro. And then, like you said, on the defensive side, all young dudes. They didn't got rid of all the vets. And I really thought Ernest Jones, when they lost him, I said, man, it's gonna be tough. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I just knew that was gonna be a tough loss, but they keep fighting through it, bro. They keep finding people, man. So I'm not sure who in that scouting department, brother, but they cooking over there, man. They cooking.
You remember just a couple years ago, it was F them picks, and now it's the polar opposite, and they're hammering everything.
Every pick.
If I ask you, Fizz, just to walk through this quickly, they're 4-4. We won't spend much time here. Yep. Very interesting schedule here. Just give me a win or a loss here, right? So they're coming this week, Monday Night Football at home against Miami.
I'm gonna go Miami back against the wall, bro. I'm gonna go win for the
cross country though. The following week at New England at noon.
Win.
Now they go back home, and Philadelphia also comes back to the West Coast Sunday Night Football at home in Los Angeles against Philly.
Shootout game. Philly gonna close it out though. I give them the L on that one.
Travel to New Orleans.
Win.
Buffalo comes cross country to the Rams.
I want to say Rams winning, bro, but I think Buffalo. I'm gonna go Buffalo. I'm gonna put some respect on Josh Allen, man.
San Francisco on Thursday Night Football.
I'm gonna go win, man. I'm gonna go win. Sean McVay gonna outcoach him.
travel all the way to the Jets on 10 days rest.
Win. Damn, bro. Hold up, man. Are they Super Bowl contenders?
Arizona Cardinals at home, week 17.
Man, that's going to be a game that they're going to lose for no reason. But I'm going to say win because they should win.
Final game of the year. Again, they finished back-to-back at home. This one's week 18 against Seattle.
I'm going to give it to Seattle only because. All
right, there you go. 10-7.
Damn.
10-7 with losses to the Eagles, the Bills, and the Seattle Seahawks.
And remember, those games a lot of games that they lost, bro, they didn't have a full arsenal. They didn't have Cup. They didn't have Puka. If you got Puka and Cup going forward, bro, they might win this division.
I don't want to say it's a good thing, but it kind of feels like a good thing that Puka got out of that game, or got ejected from that game. Because one, I don't think he's going to get fined. I think when they actually go back and watch that thing today or tomorrow, the NFL's not going to fine him because that was, I think, a horrible call. Jonathan Vilma was on the call and he's like, "Oh my, you could clearly see it." And I'm like, he was clearly just pushing. Like, it's clearly not. So I don't think he's going to get fined. And he ended up missing the majority of the game.
Yeah.
Which is going to allow his body to really,
And if you look at, he was in the tunnel, bro, celebrating, hugging everybody. He was happy that they won. Like, again, bro, the culture, the environment, man, they look like a team that eats lunch together. They might even FaceTime each other doing, like, that's the type of vibe. Bro, that's the type of vibe I love, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, no, I don't know about the bathtub. I don't love no bathtub FaceTime. I take that back. But yeah, bro, I love that vibe, man. That just feeling good with your team, bro. That's how it should be. And when you got a relationship with your coach and your quarterback and everybody around, bro, it's going to equal success every time. So I love the Rams, bro. As much as I hate that they beat us all these times, bro, I love the Rams. So shout out to the Rams, man. And before we get up out of here on these games, we're going to talk about the Chiefs, man. Last night, they pulled one out. I'm going to say this, man. Tampa Bay, bro, for them not to be, a full roster right now with the best players, man, Baker Mayfield, man, should be comeback player of the year. I know we got other guys that's in the mix, but Baker Mayfield is balling, bro. And for him to be losing games, I get it. But every game he's been competitive. He putting his face mask down and just lacing them up, man, and balling. And last night, man, they had the Chiefs on the ropes. Pat Mahomes got hurt. I thought he was, Twitter went wild. X went wild. Oh, ACL tear, hamstring, Achilles pop. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, man, ain't looking good, man. And Pat Mahomes just said, "Look, I needed a break, brother." That's it. He pulled an A-Rich on us. He just didn't want to say it. So, long story short, man, the Chiefs pulled that win out. But the Tampa Bay Bucks, to me, man, are probably one of the most slept-on teams right now because they have not a losing record, but they're losing games. But them boys balling in Tampa, man. They balling for real. So, before we close out on week 9, man, what's your thoughts, man? And send us home on this one, Cody.
I think that they've been dealt a tough stretch here the last couple of weeks. The bad part is they've given up a legit 102 points the last 3 games combined, which is nuking the fact that they've literally scored 81 points.
Yeah,
and like Baker's keeping them in these games, but the defense, like last night, I missed the majority of the second half of that game. I woke up this morning, took the wife to work, came back home, sat down on the couch, and clicked play on YouTube TV and watched the rest of it. Right. And the last drive, when Kansas City's walking down the field, I was so impressed with this too. I was so impressed with how silent that Kansas City crowd was last night. When Kansas City was doom, doom, doom.
And volume in, bro.
Tampa just couldn't do shit. It was like, well, who we know they're going to do the ball. They're going to run it with Kareem Hunt, and they're going to throw the ball to Kelsey. Run it with Hunt, throw to Kelsey. And you couldn't stop neither of them. It was Kareem Hunt for 6, Kelsey for 8, Kareem Hunt for 5, Kelsey for 10. Like bang, bang, and they couldn't do nothing about it. And that is this. It's interesting. It's a sign of obviously a bad defense, but which surprises me with Tampa. But unfortunately, that's just a hand that Baker's being dealt right now. Baker's playing at an incredible level, and I think if this team was, 6-3, had they been able to pull out a couple of these games, I think, you want to talk about MVP stuff. I think that Baker would be square in the center of that MVP conversation right now. He's sitting, I think, in overall passing, he's second in yards. He's averaging 7.6 per. He's first in touchdowns by 3. He's beating Lamar by 3 and Joe Burrow by 3. He's got 23 touchdown passes. His QB rating is 7th in the NFL right now. He's throwing a bunch of picks, but I mean, look at the situation he's in. He's kind of got to throw the football.
Yeah, he's forcing it. Yeah.
I think in an alternate universe, you could be looking at Baker as a potential MVP candidate right now, but the team's just not good enough on defense.
Nah, no doubt, man. I just want to give Baker his flowers, man, because, hey, listen, man, Baker done took a lot of lumps in his career, but right now he stepped up and he got that team competing every single week, no matter win or loss. He doing his thing, man.
The last thing I'll say here is not many guys you'll see get like these extensions, these mid-career extensions like this. Like he played through that contract and then signed this offseason a 3-year, $100 million contract. And I'm sure there's a lot of people go, man, fuck that. Pay him fucking $100 million. And he's outplaying that contract right
100%.
now pretty clearly, which is very cool to see.
Yeah, I'm with you, man. I love some Baker now, man. I was never the biggest Baker fan, but I've grown to love the guy, man. So shout out to Baker. We're going to get into some overcooked scores, man, right quick before we close out the show, man. So, the Patreons, man, South Harmon, FF/Patreon.com, I believe, or Patreon.com/South Harmon FF, right? I said it backwards. But, man, tap in with us in our community, man. It's a great place to be. We always showing love, and we appreciate everybody that's showing love to us. So, with that being said, man, these are some of the overcooked scores and people submitted to us, and see what we got going on this week, man, for week 9. These fantasy leagues, brother. Okay. The Who's is in the building, man. Polar Vortex. Listen, brother, I don't know what happened, man, but we 4-14. We weren't gonna do nothing anyway, right? We ain't expect you to do much, brother. So shout out to the Who's, man, on doing this thing. What we got next, Cody? What we got next, baby? The Who's again. He just beating everybody, huh? 15-3. All right, brother. Dang. Oh, hold on, man. This dude
192 on his ass.
This dude 0-18, man. I think you beat up on a 12-year-old and didn't tell nobody, brother. So it's cool. You on the victory road. You doing your thing, man. Just make sure you share a little bit of that money, man, when you win all these leagues, bro. All right. What we got next, man? Maddie tapped in with us, man. He out there putting the shellacking on some people, man. Almost 100 on this one, man. I ain't mad at you on this one, Maddie. I appreciate you tapping in on the overcooked, brother. What's next? Mike trying to do his thing. 15-1. Mike, man, you ain't playing fair. And I saw one up here you put up here earlier. I wasn't feeling, brother. So I'm gonna bring that one up next. But Mike did his thing, man.
Little 151 Malibu run right there.
Yeah, that's a smooth one. Mike snuck this one in on me, man. So I'm gonna bring it up, man. It wasn't even an overcooked, but he beats your boy, man. You know what I'm saying? But if you look at the records, I'm winning in life. You know what I'm saying? So we gonna let you have it this week, Mike. You got me. Shout out to you, my boy. All right. What we got next? Neighborhood Watch. Oh, I like that name, bro. That's a smooth name right there. Neighborhood Watch in the building, man. He took out Money Mills. 100-point plus victory, man. You know how we like that, man. That's how I'm feeling it. And the last one for the day, what we got, Cody? What we got? Ooh, okay.
Almost 200.
That's almost 200 right there, man. I know my boy Adam had sent me one earlier. Maybe I uploaded it late. Let me see if we got one more. That's almost 200 right there, though.
I do got a self-admission. That's my self-admission.
That was you?
Yep.
Oh, hold up, brother. I ain't see that one, man.
I just put it in.
Okay. I'm about to say. Sheesh. How you feeling? You good?
No, I'm not good.
Oh,
That's
okay.
This is my home league dynasty right here.
Yeah, it ain't looking good.
It's the 10th year of the league. I've won 4 titles in 10 years.
Okay.
This is the first year that I am absolutely fucking shit. Sorry for any kids listening. I know you said today for some schools, no school. Sorry for the F-bomb. Absolutely garbage here.
Mm-hmm.
This team. And it's a dynasty rebuild, and the entire team is freshmen, rookies or second-year players.
All right, man. Well, hey, at least you self-admitted it, right? So it's all good. We can live when you at least admit that you're trash, brother. So we ain't mad. I don't have it on here, but my boy Adam has submitted one through text, and he got a 304 to 91 victory, man, on somebody. So put the shellacking on Cornholio, Mr. Wonderful. Yeah, let's smoke Mr. Wonderful, man, because he been winning too much out here, man. So good beat down. Good beat down on the wonderful guy, man. We appreciate y'all, man, on them submissions, man. You know, we like to get that segment out the way, man. Show love to the people, man. But yeah, Cody, before we get up out of here, man, let's do some mid-season awards. You know, we got the MVPs, the rookies of the year, the comeback players, all that good stuff. Super Bowl champs, right? I mean, I know you say you want to do a little research, do some homework, man. So I know we got millions of betting sites and who to put the money on and different odds. But that's going to MVP, man. MVP, the most valuable one. Let's speak on the MVP, brother. What are we looking at right now, man? As far as these rankings go,
is it just like, I don't understand odds sometimes. Sometimes they don't make a lot of sense to me. This one makes a little more sense. You got the graphic up. It's our guy Lamar.
Yeah.
He's now plus 300 on FanDuel, tied with Josh Allen plus 300 to win MVP. It feels like easy, right, to say you like where Lamar's at. I mean, his QB rating, again, this is Lamar Jackson.
Lamar Jackson, baby.
10. He's leading the league in QB rating. You couldn't have told. I mean, I could have. Even the biggest fans of Lamar Jackson, yourself included, Fizz. If I told you that as him coming out as a rookie, you would have said, "Yeah, he could probably win the MVP a couple times, but he ain't gonna lead the league in passer rating." Would you have said that?
I mean,
said he's gonna lead the league in passer rating.
I'm gonna be honest with you, brother. I would not, because not that I didn't think he was good enough, but I just don't think that offense is built for him to do that. Like he's never had to try to do that. You know what I'm saying? So I believe he's great at everything, but the passer rating, nah, I wouldn't have gave you that one. I ain't even gonna sit here in front like I was. So that's a Josh Allen, Pat Mahomes type of stat, if I got to be real.
In 9 games, Lamar Jackson has 2,379 yards, 20 touchdown passes, and 2 interceptions. What would his stats be in 17 games? This is why I love ChatGPT. I just typed that shit straight up into the damn thing, and it's going to spit it out exactly what his current what's the word I'm looking for? Current pace. His pace for the rest of the season. 4,494 passing yards, 38 passing touchdowns, and 4 picks.
So all those career highs?
Oh, I don't even think that's close, right?
Because I know he never. I don't think he
hasn't had a 4,000-yard passing season. Has he?
You know what? That was the first MVP year. I want to say that was the first one, because that was the year he actually.
He has 2019 was MVP, first MVP year. He had 3,127 yards passing.
Yeah, okay, I remember that.
6 touchdowns, 6 picks. This year, he's on pace for 4,494.
I don't think he hit 4,000, right? I don't think he hit 4,000, bro. And
38 and 4. Like, he's, as far as touchdown to interception ratio, he's on the same pace, basically, as he was back then. 38 and 4 versus 36 and 6. Great. But the passing yards, literally 1,300 more passing yards.
But Cody, think about this, though. The defense isn't as good, and that's why I love. But the fact that he doing this and Derrick Henry leading the league in rushing is crazy, though, right? Because that's what really you would think. If Derrick Henry leading the league in rushing, Lamar, no way he's going to throw for 4,000 yards because they running the ball.
I mean, also let's look at his projected rushing too, because his rushing's at 505 yards and 2 touchdowns. What would that be in 17 games? That's got to be something like 880, 900 rushing yards, 953 on the ground. This isn't even close. If he does this, if he fulfills these projections, 4,400 passing yards, 950 rushing yards. You're talking about 5,400 yards all purpose with 40 touchdowns all purpose and 4 picks. You understand that doesn't even make sense?
And listen, bro, he already got 2 MVPs. if he win 3, bro, that's gonna be crazy, man. You're gonna have to put some respect on my boy name in these fantasy streets, man. I know a lot of people. You know, I heard your rankings the other day, brother. He wasn't in your top 10, man. You're gonna have to give him some love, man. You got to sprinkle some love on him, baby. You know what I'm saying, Cody? You got to, man. Ask Chat GPT, should they put Lamar in your top tier, brother? That's what you should be asking him. That's all
I was gonna say, yeah. Chat GPT is all about that Lamar Jackson.
That boy a dog, man. I've been saying our QB1, baby, all off season. I'm looking now. I usually use DraftKings, so looking now, his odds is what, plus 280, and I'm pretty sure it didn't start off that way whatsoever. You know what I'm saying?
Is he the favorite over there? Or is he tied?
Yeah. He the favorite. Josh Allen is plus 300, Pat plus 400, and Jared Goff is plus 7. So Lamar plus 280, $20 to get to 76 right now, man. But you better
you get a little bit more gas on FanDuel then because you're plus 300.
Oh yeah, because he behind Josh Allen on FanDuel, right?
It's tied now. It was behind him, and now he's tied.
Yeah, so I don't know, man. The MVP to me
say it. Sorry for cutting you off. Sorry.
No, I was just saying the MVP to me, bro, is always Lamar Jackson, man. That's my dude, and not just because I like him personally, but I just feel like people sleep on him, man, because he isn't what they want him to be as a quarterback. But to have that passer rating like you just gave us, that stat line right there, nobody saw that coming. And I think the fact that Derrick Henry is leading the league in rushing and Lamar is still on pace to throw 4,000 yards, that make him the MVP alone, because I wouldn't think that they both should be leading in their stat lines if that was the case. So, yeah, man, MVP to me is Lamar Jackson. I'm out to put some money on it myself today. And I mean, I already had some, but I think now it's time to add a little bit of sprinkle a little bit more on there, man.
And while we're talking about MVP and a guy who was the AP Offensive Player of the Year in 2020 with 2,027 yards and 17 touchdowns, Derrick Henry, who's in his backfield. Henry currently has 1,052 yards and 11 touchdowns, like you said, leads the league in both. All 3 carries, yards, and touchdowns.
Yeah.
Right now, he's on pace for 1,986 yards and 21 touchdowns.
He might have more touchdowns than that. The way he's scoring one a game, at least he might get like 25.
And if he's that close to 2 racks, they're going to give him. They're going to push him to go over 2 racks in.
Bro, they be fourth quarter with 1 minute left, and they still try to get him his yards. So they're going to try to get him whatever he needs towards the end of the season. And when they get cold outside, I pray for any defense that's got to try to tackle this man. It's a dangerous team, bro. I know Kansas City is undefeated, as they should. Much respect to them, man. But Ravens, man. Cody.
They might need to go out and try to add something on defense. I think they can outlast Pittsburgh in this division. They got Cincy this week on Thursday Night Football. They got Pittsburgh next week in Pittsburgh at noon. They travel to the Chargers on Monday Night Football. They got the Eagles, and they got a bye. Perfectly placed bye for a team that's like Derrick Henry, who's getting worked like a dog right now. And then they got the Giants, Steelers, Houston, Cleveland. Very winnable stretch here. You can see them, Eagles be a tough game, sure. Pittsburgh's always going to be tough, yeah. Houston in December on Christmas Day, yeah, sure. But like this is a clear 11-12 win team. And we're talking about awards. I don't know if this has ever happened before. Has a team ever won? Has a team ever had MVP and offensive player and be a different player?
It's a good question, bro. I don't know. That's a great question. I know nobody's. I'm gonna say this: if you placed a bet on Derrick Henry to win Offensive Player of the Year during the summer, let's just say it was $5. I'm pretty sure you might win 5,000 because nobody could literally say that they thought he would win Offensive Player of the Year coming into the season. I'm sure you're looking up to see if we had 2 on the same team.
I'm GPing this shit. All right, so here's the stats. It's happened a couple times. 1994, Steve Young won the MVP. Mm-hmm. Jerry Rice won the Offensive Player of the Year. Young led the league in passer rating. Rice had an exceptional season. 2003, Peyton Manning was MVP, but he was co-MVP with Steve McNair. And then Jamal Lewis had his 2,000-yard season. That was 2003. So 2,000-yard season, similar to what we could see from
Derrick Henry. Yep.
Derrick. 2011. I don't know why this populated here. This isn't right. They're two quarterbacks. Oh, because it's two quarterbacks. Rodgers won MVP. Breeze won Offensive Player of the Year. So it's really only happened twice.
Okay.
And once, realistically, Niners, MVP, and Offensive Player of the Year. 2003, McNair and Jamal Lewis, but McNair was co-MVP. So kind of unheard of.
And they, so as far as MVP go, I got Lamar. The betting I'll say Lamar, but as far as runner up, right? Let's just say Lamar don't win. Who would you say? I know most of the odds is Josh Allen and Pat Mahomes, but who you think could take that if Lamar don't get it?
I don't buy this Josh Allen or Mahomes thing.
Nah, I don't even.
I'm not there. I'm just not.
I don't think Mahomes needs to win it. I think, again, I keep saying every week, they are a great team. They don't need Pat Mahomes to put up 4,000 plus yards and 30 touchdowns this year. I don't think they need that. They just need to play defense and win the game. That's their formula. It's not for Pat Mahomes to win MVP.
Yeah,
it's ain't that type of season.
They clearly don't, right? They clearly don't need him. He's important. They don't win that game yesterday if Mahomes isn't on the roster.
100%.
So I guess you could say, well, he's important because, sure, but he's not why they're. You could argue he's not why they're undefeated. If they didn't have a running game or a defense, they wouldn't be undefeated. I don't think they would. Goff is playing at a level that is, borderline unexplainable right now.
Yeah, for sure.
I think at halftime in that game last week, I wrote this stats down. He was 99 for 118, which is 84% completion percentage, 13 touchdowns, 1 pick, 1,257 yards. He didn't do that much more in the second half, but he finished that game 18 for 22. Ridiculous. Goff is, but again, they have a good defense, but they're 7-1. He's not doing, like, J-Mo's been out a couple games. Laporta really hasn't done much. Yeah, he's just controlling the. You look every single week at the dispersion. I think that's maybe the more impressive thing is the dispersion of the football in any given week. Like this week right now, right? Amon-Ra catches 7 for 7, which is 33% of the targets. Laporta catches 2, Montgomery catches 3, Tim Patrick catches 2, Khalif Raymond catches 1, Gibbs catches 1, Allen Robinson catches 1, Brock Wright catches 1. Every week it's like that for Detroit.
Every week, he's spread. But. I think that's his fault though, to me, because he got an arsenal to play with, man, and it ain't his fault. I'm just saying
that's not an arsenal.
No, but I'm not the guys you named. But I'm saying when you look at the rest of the roster, you know what I'm saying? Like the arsenal that he has to just, all right, this guy ain't on, I can go to this guy. This guy ain't on, I can go to this. That's my argument with him and Jaden Daniels is, Jaden is not, he don't have that at all, and he's making what he has look good. So that's my only argument between Goff and Jaden. But I think overall, I will put Goff over Mahomes, man, to be honest. And it's nothing to do with Mahomes. Like, Mahomes is Mahomes, always going to put respect on his name, but he just doesn't have to be the MVP. Like, I know it looks good having his name on your list, but I will put Jared Goff and Jaden Daniels over Pat Mahomes right now in every MVP betting odds for sure.
Yeah, I think both Allen and Mahomes are overrated in the current state of odds. And the odds I'm reading are Lamar plus 300, Josh Allen plus 300, Mahomes plus 450, Goff and Daniels are plus 800. That's the only players under plus 1,500. Then you open up the door of like the Hurts, Burrow, Cousins, Darnold area. That 5 though, Jackson, Allen, Mahomes, Goff, Daniels. I think I'm in the same boat as you. I would go probably Lamar, Daniels, Goff, then Allen, then Mahomes is kind of where I sit with that whole thing. So I think Lamar is pretty much a layup unless something happens in the next 6 weeks.
No, I'm with you, man. And I'm not even saying regardless of the record, but I don't see them, having a bad record and losing games like they've lost before with Cleveland and the Raiders. That's not going to keep going on. But overall, man, I'm rolling with Mahomes. And the offensive guys, Saquon is right behind Derrick Henry. Like I said, I'm on DraftKings. It's
Same
Derrick
thing.
Henry. Derrick Henry is like the clear 101 in a sense. Like he's not even a plus at all. He's a minus. So he's the clear guy to win it. Saquon is plus 200. Justin Jefferson plus 5. Chase plus 18. And then, Lamar is plus 2,000. But of course, that's because they got him as the MVP. So
wait, Chase is fourth?
Chase is plus 1,800 fourth. Yep.
Interesting. So I wonder, that's interesting.
He's over Lamar Jackson, which is, I guess they got him an MVP. So,
well, they got Lamar on FanDuel at plus 2,900. And they got Chase at plus 3,500. So you're getting extreme juice on Chase if you like the Chase angle. Statistically, Jamar Chase, I mean, it's going to be tougher for a wide receiver that's not in a dominant team, and they're not exactly a dominant team right now. But Jamar Chase is
Jefferson got a better chance. You
say Jefferson?
I'm saying better chance than Chase at this rate.
Yeah. Well, statistically, he's been more efficient on a per catch basis. Chase has more touchdowns, but it's pretty clear the two best receivers in football are. I mean, I think Zay is even interesting. Like Zay is, what is he, 5th in receiving yards right now? He's got 3 touchdowns. The touchdowns aren't there to back it, but
nah,
it's wild how much talent is in Baltimore, dude.
Yeah, man. Hey, it's that time, brother. It's that time, man. If you ever was gonna try to chase a ring and beat Pat Mahomes out of his game, bro, you better do what you got to do. Because Derrick Henry ain't got that much time, and it's that time, man. I'm so glad he ain't come to Dallas, man. Thank God the King didn't go where he wanted to go, man. I'm with the Ravens this year, man.
You got Big Dog winning the Offensive Player of the Year?
Yeah. I mean, unless he suffers an injury, which we don't want to talk about, I don't see how he doesn't, bro. Nobody's seen it coming. I think he wins it just because nobody saw it coming. Like the way he's doing it, nobody saw that. I mean, we all had him going for a lot of touchdowns, but I didn't see Derrick Henry rushing for 1,000 yards by week 9. Like that's crazy.
Yeah. What about
like St. Brown is plus 200, CD plus 25.
Wait, what? Did you say St. Brown?
Yeah, he's plus. I said 200 plus 2,000. My fault.
I was going to say what?
Yeah, my bad. Plus 2,000. He behind Lamar and CD, in front of CD.
Interesting. Statistically, like Barkley's interesting. He's only 70 yards behind Henry.
Mm-hmm.
Touchdowns is obviously the big difference.
He keep doing hurdles over people backwards, man. They might boost his rating up a little bit.
Surprisingly enough, he's only got 53 more receiving yards than Derrick Henry this year.
That's crazy. I would have thought he would have had at least 200. You know what I'm saying? Like Derrick Henry, man, he changing his game, man. Baltimore is opening up their offense, bro. They not going out there just tucking their tail and running the ball, man. They changing the game, man. The defense ain't allowing them to just go out there and run the ball. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. You got to put up numbers in this game right now in Baltimore.
I think that the easy answer, similar to MVP, is just Derrick Henry. I'm just trying to figure out who I would, if I was going to drop some sprinkles on somebody. Who was that long shot that, like, if a Derrick Henry and Saquon, if you took out Derrick Henry and Saquon, who would I think could vault up into the top of this conversation? And kind of an interesting one is maybe Gibbs.
Betting odds, I would say Gibbs, but I think Justin Jefferson, bro. I think Jefferson he's
so dominant.
Yeah, bro. It's kind of hard for me to take anybody but Jefferson if Saquon and Henry don't get it. I gotta roll with Jefferson, man.
That's fair. I want to get a little more juice, so I'll take my plus 6,000 on Gibbs.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't think it's a realistic thing, but I think you're getting good enough juice there with Gibbs that, like, the output he's giving you right now, 6.5 yards per carry. He's got 7 touchdowns on a great team. He's clearly a difference maker. So I'll just take my juice on Gibbs at plus 6,000. But I think Jefferson, I mean, this is a bigger tangent you can get into, and a conversation we'll probably have in the offseason. But, man, the fact that people allowed this guy to fall to like the 108, 109 in seasonal leagues this year, blasphemy.
I was a Puka guy, man. I was like, Puka is the guy, man. I was rolling with my dog, man. I'll admit it. I was taking Puka, man. It was what it was. I can
That's
live with
fair.
it. You know,
That's
I can
fair.
live
You
with it.
owned up to it.
Hey, listen, I still my dog. I don't care. So I'm cool. I ain't mad. So let's show the little, let's move on, man. Before we get up out of here, talk on the clear rookie of the offensive rookie of the year, right?
Big money.
Like I think even if he got hurt and missed the last 6 games, would he still win it? Like I'm pretty sure he would win it, right?
Yeah, I mean, FanDuel, I'd love to hear what you got DraftKings. FanDuel's got him at minus 1350, which is a mortal lock. So
yeah, he's minus 1400 on
that's a
DraftKings.
mortal lock. And the interesting thing is, like, the next player in line, they have Bo Nix on FanDuel. It should be Brock Bowers. It shouldn't be close. Brock Bowers should be the clear-cut next guy ahead of Nix and Caleb, in my opinion.
Well, they got Caleb and Bo with 25 plus 2,500, and Brock Bowers is plus 4,000 behind Marvin Harrison, BTJ. Yeah, man. I mean,
That's ridiculous.
It's the Raiders, though, bro. That's why it's the Raiders, man. You know how
That's
how the game is, man. Well, Brian Thomas is in Jacksonville, so I don't think that makes it even better. But
Brock Bowers is second in the NFL in receptions right now.
Hey, listen, man. Put your money on Brock Bowers. I mean, Jaden got it, so it's kind of like, damn. But,
yeah, I'm not putting the damn dollar on it, but I'm just saying, like, it's.
I'm with you.
It's unfortunate. It's like the Jefferson thing. Jefferson got cucked and he set the all-time record in receiving yards and got completely cucked by Justin Herbert.
Yeah.
That should have never happened, right?
Never. It never should have happened. You're right.
So,
well, I mean, defensive side, man, Jared Verse is the clear one right now on DraftKings. He's been balling out of his mind, man. He's the heartbeat of that Rams defensive line for sure right now. Minus 200 on DraftKings. Latu is plus 600, and Quinyon Mitchell's is plus 750. I think Jared Verse got this, man, by a landslide, if you ask me, on defense. What do you think? Offensive rookie.
Defensive rookie. But yeah,
I mean defense. Yeah.
I think I'm with you. Verse, I mean, we saw it again. We just talked about it a minute ago with the Rams, with him and Fisk getting sacks in this game against Seattle, and the second-year guys, Byron Young and Kobe Turner, getting sacks, and just how well this team's playing. Verse is a difference maker. I don't think that there's like a clear, how to phrase this? I don't think that there is a clear winner here for defensive rookie of the year. So I think they have it Jared Verse minus 150. I think a healthy Byron Murphy has been making a lot of noise. Chop Robinson played well. I think Fisk is even interesting. They have him right there at plus 4,000. Like, Verse has played very well. He's only got 3.5 sacks this year. All forced fumble. He's got 33 combined tackles. He's playing well.
Well, I'm a Florida State guy too, brother. So that's probably why I feel the way I feel too.
I love Verse. No. I love Verse.
Yeah.
But I'm just not sure it's as clear cut as the books have it.
I'm with you. I mean, DB, I wish I knew the stat too. DB had brought up, we watched him on Thursday night, man. DB said, oh man, I don't want to quote my boy wrong, man. But Dynasty Berry, man, he's always on top of the college thing. And he definitely gave me a stat line on Jared Verse a couple of weeks ago. And pretty much solidified in my mind why he is the one in the defensive side. But I mean, if the Rams keep winning and doing what they're doing, bro, it's gonna be all eyes on them. And I think as much as we don't admit it, having all eyes on your team, like the Cowboys always on TV. So it's easier to give awards and different praises to players that are always seen and getting more publicity in the newspapers and TVs and online. So, I mean, if the Rams keep doing what they're doing, bro, he don't have to put up many more sacks. I mean, they just gonna look at the D line, like you just said, and show how they playing, and he might just win it off of just publicity alone, as far as the the team's going.
I think that's fair. I think that's fair. I don't think you're wrong.
The media, the LA media, it's a lot of things that go into those voting things, man. But I think just being, like you said, they got a couple of mainstream TV games coming up, Monday night, Sunday night, Thursday night games. So I think that's what's going to help them a lot, man. The camera's on, lights bright. That's usually when their votes start getting casted, man.
What's Dallas Turner's at right now? He's got 1 sack this year. He's only got. Let's see.
Yeah, Dallas Turner.
He's only got 1 sack. He came against that damn Giant game. He was banged up a few weeks. He's got to have a pressure. He's got to have good pressure. He's got to look good in Barry's grades. I know he hasn't played a ton, but from a pressure standpoint, I think he's looked good. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I get it for sure. I love Verse. I think he's played well, but even Fisk, like I guess it's more the positional thing than anything.
So if you had to put it
more gas.
Well, if you had to put a bet in on somebody that can out produce Verse as far as this award goes, who your money on? Fisk? No, we try to help the people win some money, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna blame you if they don't win it though.
Fisk, I think Fisk, he's plus 4,000 on FanDuel. Where's he at on yours?
Plus 4,000? Hold on, bro. Let me make sure I ain't tripping now. He's plus 900 on here, bro. That's crazy. That's crazy.
Go over to FanDuel.
I'm about to get off of DraftKings, man. Get off of DraftKings right now.
That's what I'm saying. So what is he on there then? He's got to be like 3rd or 4th?
4th, yep. Right behind Quinyon Mitchell.
Cash money, homeboy. God, I gotta drive to. Where am I driving this week? I'm going to the Jacksonville game. Do I get to go to a state? I'm gonna have to do it on. Man, I don't think I can bet in Georgia. Shit.
See, we just started being able to bet on DraftKings in DC. In Maryland and Virginia, you can do it. So
I was in Virginia the last 4 years, and I was.
Yeah, but in DC you couldn't. So literally, when I'm at work on certain days, I gotta walk like across the street, and then I can bet, and then come back to the DC side, and I can't bet. It's so stupid, bro. But I'm working right on the DC Maryland line, so I gotta literally walk down the street, place my bet, then walk back. Like it's the dumbest thing ever. But
do you live on the DC side, or do you live on the Virginia side, or what's?
I'm on the Maryland side, so
I'm Maryland side. Okay,
I'm right by the National Harbor, so literally, you know, with that Woodrow Wilson, where you meet the bridge to go to Virginia. You go 295 to go to DC, or you come up north to go to Maryland. I'm right there on that line. So,
so you can access.
I'm literally the DMV, like right here. You know what I'm saying? So
nice.
Yeah, but literally, I got to cross the street to bet on DraftKings. I used to. Now we good. But I guess
we're all Rams here. Verse or Fisk? I like Fisk at plus 4,000, but
that's crazy. Plus 4,000 is crazy, bro. Defensive MVP, man. Defensive MVP, defensive player of the year, however you want to name it. TJ Watt is the clear 101, minus 350 right now. And Chris Jones, Dexter Lawrence, and Will Anderson is the next 3 guys, but look like TJ Watt he can miss a game or 2 and still win this award from what it's looking like.
Probably. I do think Dexter Lawrence is interesting. He's playing D tackle and he's got 9 sacks. If Lawrence can potentially keep up this pace and potentially get like a 20 sack season, I think that would definitely make some noise in this thing. He's a sicko at defensive tackle. That's been known for a couple of years. I think if he can continue this pace throughout the rest of the year, I think he's there. But the thing is with Watt is such a game wrecker.
Yeah.
You know, you look at like 4 fumbles, he's got 4.
I was about to say a lot of his wrecking came in the first like 5 games. Remember when they went through that stretch of Justin Fields playing? TJ Watt was all over the field those early games. I haven't seen a lot from him lately in like the last 2 or 3, but the first 4 or 5, man, he was killing.
Yeah.
He was killing.
I think I'll just ride with TJ Watt minus 135. And if I was going to sprinkle anywhere, I think it would be probably on Dex.
Okay.
At plus 2,200. I mean, I wouldn't put a bunch on it by any means. I still feel very good about TJ Watt, but I think Dex at D tackle, if he can crest that 20 sack area, which he's kind of on pace for right now. And the defense sucks, but it's a defensive tackle on a shitty defense getting sacks, which is even more impressive because they're hypothetically losing every single game when you're 2-7, which limits your chances to get sacks.
No doubt.
So,
all right. Well, I'm with
J. Watt pretty clear though.
Yeah, I'm with you, man. I sometimes it's like you want to take the gamble, Cody. You want to put $2, $3, $5 on something just to. You never know. Like you said that plus 4,000 man on Fisk was crazy. I might got to do that my damn self.
Do you before we get out, do you have comeback player of the year odds on your side on DraftKings?
Yeah, I do actually. I don't even know why I skipped that one.
No, I was just gonna ask because on mine it shows DeMar Hamlin 4th.
Damn, you know what? I had it. Maybe it's in the futures. I literally saw it yesterday, bro, and I don't see it right now. I don't know where the hell it went. Because it had it was who number 1 on there?
Kirk.
I just saw it last night on DraftKings, bro. I swear. It's like they took it down. I don't know why, but I don't see it on here anymore. Just the MVP and the rookies. I don't see it.
We got Cuzzy at -105, Burrow at plus 500, Dobbins at plus 550, DeMar Hamlin, Aaron Rodgers, and then Kyler. Kirk off of an Achilles, Burrow off of what?
Just a bad season, I guess. I don't know.
With that.
Yeah, I don't know.
I hate this bad season shit. I'm like thinking about myself, like, another injury here. J.K. Dobbins, obviously, with a career of Achilles injuries.
Definitely.
DeMar Hamlin, I didn't know you could be up for this award 2 years in a row.
Yeah, right.
Rodgers, obviously the Achilles, but he's not the same. Kyler. I think the real answers here is Kirk, Dobbins, Kyler.
Yeah, I think Kirk got it though. I don't see how Kirk can lose it.
Unless unless his team falls apart, but I think it's pretty clearly Kirk. But I think I like Dobbins, but I think Kyler should maybe be ahead of Dobbins too.
Yeah, I think.
He's cool off a little bit.
I'm with you. And this is harder for running back. Like you got to be an outstanding running back to really win that. And I just think Kirk got it because statistically, even if their record doesn't pan out, which I don't see why it wouldn't in this division. But statistically, man, with what you just named earlier with Mooney, London, Pitts, Bijan, all being top 12 at their position, man, I don't see how Kirk falls out of that spot, man, whatsoever.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, I guess, man, try to win some money, man. Take those gambles, and hopefully y'all can win some money, man. We trying to help everybody out, man. We know Christmas coming up, Black Friday sales, all that good stuff, man. Put some money in, run that bag up, man. So before we get out of here, Cody, quarterback, running back, receiver, man. Best performance in fantasy this week. Give me your quarterback this week, bro. Who you bet your money on to be number 1?
For week 10. My favorite.
But I ain't gonna say number 1. I'm gonna just say your sneaky play. Give me your sleeper play. Because number 1, I'm gonna go Lamar, but let's go your biggest sleeper of week 1. I mean of quarterback in week 10.
I think that's a good way to put this. Because obviously Lamar, all across the board, most of the positions are basic dudes. Surprise play of the week. I'm gonna go with Russ against the Commanders.
Okay.
The Commanders have been a gettable defense. And Russ coming off of a bye. I think he's gonna have he's gonna continue that connection with Freiermuth, continue that connection with Pickens. They're gonna have a good game. I don't know if you know what? This is gonna hurt you. This is gonna hurt me. It's gonna hurt you. Steelers gonna win this game. Steelers gonna win this game.
Ain't gonna hurt me. I don't care about them bums.
What you mean?
I just like Jaden Daniels, man. Forget them bums. I hope they start losing, man. Ain't gonna hurt me. It's gonna hurt my neighbors.
You don't mean that. You know you love them. They've had a couple of high emotion wins the last couple of weeks against the Bears and Giants. Not great teams. Now they get to play against a strong defense. Daniels get banged up a little bit. Ben banged up a little bit.
Yeah.
Now he's got to face TJ Watt. They got a big stretch coming up here with the Steelers, Eagles, and then your bums down there in Dallas. But I'm going to go Russie here as my surprise play of the week.
All right, well, I'm gonna keep it in the same division, but it's on the other side with the team they going against. I'm gonna go Daniel Jones against Carolina. I think we already seen enough out of Daniel Jones stepping his game up week to week. Malik Neighbors hasn't gone off probably since he came back from the concussion, so this is a get right game for Malik Neighbors to get back in that 18, 17, 16 targets, 12 catches, 100+ yards, and a touchdown or 2. So if not for anything else, his weapons will have a great day against this Carolina team. So I'm going Daniel Jones for the sneaky play if you got to have a QB2 in your lineup.
He was QB3 on the week last week, I think was the thing I saw. So
wait, he had a good rushing game last week. I mean, he was moving the ball, man.
I think the rushing brought him along. Running back, I'm gonna go. I'm trying to think about this. How I want to go with this. I went two plans of attack here.
Mm-hmm.
Christian McCaffrey.
I don't mind that one though.
Right.
I don't mind that.
If he played, obviously, I mean, they opened up his window the other day, yesterday, or day before. This has kind of been the week they've circled, week 10, potentially week 11. So they play Tampa this week. Tampa's been obviously gettable. They're coming out of a bye. Then they have Seattle at home. They're in Tampa this week. Could they hold him out for that game next week in the division? Sure. If he plays this week, I'll just take the chalk with McCaffrey and just say he does bounce back in the first game back. Again, like remember, Mason's banged up, Garendo's there. I think they need McCaffrey.
Well, I'm gonna go back to the well you just reached in and with Russ, and I'm gonna go Najee, man. Najee finished top 10 this week against their Commanders defense. They're gonna try to win this game. They're gonna try to control the pace of this game. And to keep Jaden Daniels off the field, you got to run the ball. So I believe they're going to try to feed Najee as much as they can. Hopefully he's efficient. Seems like since Rush has been starting, Najee has been getting better and better each week, unlike when Fields was in. So I'm going to go Najee top 10 this week, man, against this Commanders defense. And let's see what he got, man, for real. If they really going to win this game, they're going to need more than Rush. They're going to need Najee to slow that offense down on the other side. So a Najee top 10 for me, bro.
Big facts, and I like that. I think that's a good one, and they need it, like you said, more than anything. Malik Neighbors has not been a top 10 wide receiver since week 4. That was his 3-game stretch back to back to back. You like Daniel Jones, I might as well circle back in that direction with you. Give me Malik Neighbors against the Panthers, 2-7 versus 2-7 in Charlotte. Neighbors bounces back and gets his first career wide receiver 1 game overall.
Okay. I like that one, bro. And I'm gonna talk about a guy that, and I'm really gambling on this one, but I'm gonna say this is a get right game. This is a must-win game. This is everybody got a hit because the offense is on fire right now. We just talked about him, and I love the team. Jalen Waddle, baby. Let's get Jalen Waddle cracking, man. I know you don't want to hear it, Cody, right? You don't want to hear it. But I'm telling you right now, the Rams, if Puka isn't punching people and hitting people in the head and getting kicked out, bro, they're going to put up some numbers on this team. And Jalen Waddle got to get right in order for this Miami team to win this game, bro. And I'm going out on the limb. I wasn't my first choice, but I said, you know what? We ain't talked about Waddle in a good way in weeks. So if I got to take a guy, man, he projected, I think, this week in probably the 30s as far as receivers go, I'm going to go Jalen Waddle, man. He got to have a top receiver 2 week in order for them to win this week, man, because Puka and Kupp are going to be clicking on all cylinders. So I'm going with Jalen Waddle, man. I know we the Penguin is is going to have to do his dance this week, man, in LA. So Jalen Waddle for me, man. That's how I'm going to close that one out, Cody. How you feeling about Waddle, man? I'm going to ask you for
I feel better about Tyreek, but
all right.
If there's ever going to be a Waddle game, I guess for the same premise of why I like Tyreek, I guess you could say Waddle qualifies for that. He hasn't been into the top 35 since week 1. So
yeah,
he needs it. I'll tell you that badly. He needs it badly.
Yeah, you do.
Tight end, I'm going to go.
Damn. I definitely was going to skip tight ends, but until we don't trust none of them. But go ahead. I'm with you.
Facts.
We don't trust none of them.
You know what? F it. I shot the thing last week. I'm going to go Hawkinson again. Hawkinson. Josh Oliver scored 17 fantasy points for the Vikings this week. Last week they played the Jags this week, which was Josh Oliver's former team. Oliver had 5 receptions for 58. Hawkinson had 3 for 27, and Munt had a target in the end zone. So if my math is right, that tells me that there's 10 targets out of 34 to tight ends. Hawkinson needs to get all them reps this week.
You do.
And I think he will.
All right. Well, I hate to be I always talk about one guy. I always bring him up, man. But I feel like if this hip isn't right and he doesn't perform and be in the game or fully healthy, I'm gonna go Kyle Pitts, man. He only had one catch last week, but prior weeks to last week, he was putting up tight end one numbers for at least 3 weeks in a row. So I'm going Kyle Pitts, man, against this broken down New Orleans team that fired their coach. They don't trust their quarterback. Everybody would look like they're ready to move out of New Orleans, man. And there won't be no Super Bowl in New Orleans this year for the Saints. That we know. So I'm going Kyle Pitts, man, that is beat up and beat down already Saints team. So Kyle Pitts, baby, top 3 tight end for me, man. That's how I'm gonna close it out on that one, Cody. So,
I like it.
Yeah, man. I appreciate you always, my brother. We appreciate everybody in the chat, man. It's tapping in with us, bro. Like I said, get your votes in, man. Do what you gotta do today. Enjoy your off day if you got one, and if you don't, chill. At work, listen to us, tap in with us. We appreciate y'all, man. Hit that like button like always, man. Subscribe to the channel. We'll be back next Tuesday with some good old whatever we want to talk about. We don't have no rules, baby. We just bring up the topics and try to help y'all out. So if you got something that you want to leave in the comments that you think we should speak on, leave it in the comments. I don't mind getting back to you. But before we get out of here, Cody, you good? How you feeling?
As the famous words of Derek Big Black Lewis, he said, "Fuck what you talking about. I don't know what you talking about. Some vote. I don't know what you voting. We watching the hurdle tonight. The hurdle,
that's it, baby.
Matty Kiwoom. That's what we talking about. So
Have
have y'all a good week. We'll be back obviously with the cook up next week. We appreciate you. Love you.
That's it, baby. Before we get out of here, man, since for those that didn't catch it in the beginning, man, we got to close out with the good old intro. So every week this thing is going to be popping, and we catch y'all next week on the cookout, baby. Cook up. I said the cookout. Cook up, cookout. Hey, we got plates. We serving, baby. We see y'all South Harmon. Me and Cody, we out of there.
Hey, they wrote me off, I ain't write them back. Follow me, but don't double tap. I ain't liking that. You subscribe, I monetize. Now who's striking that? Wanna see the contract? Who got the rights to that? This my story. I spent my whole life on that. Shador Sanders with the rollie and the armor. I could do this shit with my eyes closed. The main attraction don't come at me with no side show. I'm selling high, they wanna buy low.